Heavy rain warnings across the southwest, strong winds battering the coast, snow continuing over the Scottish hills. And the question on everyone's mind, when does this relentless wet and windy pattern finally break? I've examined the latest data from the Met Office and the European Centre models. We're dealing with a deep area of low pressure that's going to dominate our weather right through the weekend and into early next week. This isn't a quick moving system. It's slow, it's stubborn, and it's going to affect different parts of the country in very different ways. Let me start with what's happening right now across the United Kingdom. The contrast is quite striking. Across the southwest, from Cornwall through Devon and into Somerset, you've been dealing with heavy rain and strong winds through the night and into this morning. Met Office warnings remain in place. That is mild Atlantic air being driven in relentlessly from the west. Wales has seen near continuous wet weather. Rain has been heavy at times. As I am speaking, some areas in the higher ground are starting to see that rain turn to sleet. That transition is beginning. Moving north to Scotland, it's a completely different picture. Eastern Scotland has been bearing the brunt of persistent precipitation. Rain at lower levels, snow over the hills. That snow has been accumulating. The winds are strong and from the southeast, which means conditions are particularly raw and unpleasant. The southwest coast of England and South Wales are seeing the worst of the wind. Gusts of 40 to 50 miles per hour are expected. Some exposed areas could see 60 miles per hour. That is strong enough to cause disruption. Exposed coastal routes will be challenging. If you're traveling in these areas, allow extra time. Now, between these two main zones of wet weather, there should be something a little drier and brighter across parts of mid Wales and southeast England this afternoon. Not perfect weather by any means, but a relative improvement. Western Scotland may also see some dry and bright spells with shelter from the southeasterly winds. But for most areas, expect cloud, expect outbreaks of rain, expect temperatures struggling to reach the seasonal average. And here is the problem. With the ground already saturated across much of the country, any additional rainfall is going to cause further issues. Surface water on the roads, spray reducing visibility, standing water in the usual problem spots. If you are driving, conditions will be challenging. Take it steady. Let me explain the meteorological setup because this is important for understanding why this pattern is so persistent. We have a deep area of low pressure positioned to the southwest of the United Kingdom. The central pressure is low, around 970 millibars. That is a significant depression. This low is not moving quickly. It's almost stationary, and that means it continues to feed moisture and wind into our area. The isobars are tightly packed, especially across the southwest. Tight isobars means strong winds. That southeasterly wind is picking up moisture from the Atlantic and driving it straight into eastern Scotland. That is why the precipitation there is so persistent. The air is being forced to rise over the Scottish hills and mountains, which causes it to cool, condense, and fall as rain at lower levels and snow above around 400 to 500 meters. The ECMWF model and the UK Met Office model are in good agreement on the broad pattern. This low-pressure system remains dominant through Friday night and into Saturday. There is no quick relief coming Friday night into Saturday morning. The southwest continues to see the worst conditions. That deep low-pressure system persists. Gusty winds continue throughout the night. Rain remains heavy. This is not a pleasant night if you are in Cornwall, Devon, Somerset, or coastal South Wales. The wet weather also continues to feed into eastern Scotland. More rain, more snow on the hills. Accumulations will continue to build. Elsewhere across the country, conditions should turn a little bit drier. Not everywhere, there will still be showers, but it's not the persistent heavy rain that the southwest and eastern Scotland are dealing with. With enough wind and enough cloud cover, temperatures will mostly hold above freezing overnight. That's one small positive. We're not dealing with widespread frost and ice on top of everything else. Saturday, the pattern doesn't change dramatically. We still have that brisk southeasterly wind. It's still feeding cloud and wet weather into eastern Scotland. Snow continues on the hills. Snow depths will be increasing, particularly above 500 meters. If you are planning any hill walking or outdoor activities in the Scottish Highlands or the southern uplands, conditions are going to be challenging. Poor visibility, fresh snow, strong winds. That's a dangerous combination. Further south, that deep area of low pressure continues to swirl around the southwest. Heavy outbreaks of rain persist across parts of Wales and southwest England. The rain comes in waves, not constant, but when it arrives, it is heavy. Gusty winds continue as well. Between the two main zones of wet weather, there should be some drier and brighter intervals, perhaps across the Midlands, parts of East Anglia, southeast England. A few showers moving through, but also some decent breaks. Temperatures on Saturday, struggling High single figures at best across most areas, perhaps 8 or 9 degrees Celsius in sheltered spots in the south, that S about 48 Fahrenheit. Eastern Scotland, with the wind and rain and snow, you are looking at 3 to 5 degrees, that is 37 to 41 Fahrenheit. Factor in the wind and it feels significantly colder. Raw conditions, the southwest might just about reach double figures. 10 or 11 degrees Celsius, which is about 50 to 52 Fahrenheit. But here's the thing. With gusty winds and frequent heavy showers, it really won't feel pleasant at all. When you are getting battered by wind-driven rain, the actual temperature becomes almost irrelevant. You're going to be cold and wet regardless. Sunday brings a slight change. I want to be careful here because it's not a dramatic improvement, but the intensity should ease just a little bit for some parts of the country. The deep low pressure system begins to fill slightly. That means the pressure rises a touch, the winds ease a fraction, the rain becomes less persistent in some areas. It's a subtle, but it's there. Eastern Scotland should see the rain and snow become a bit more showery rather than continuous. That S a small improvement. The southwest sees the gusty winds ease slightly. Rain becomes more intermittent. Again, you are still going to see wet weather, still going to see showers, but the relentless nature of it backs off just a touch. Other areas see a bit more in the way of drier and brighter spells. Perhaps the Midlands, East Anglia, parts of northern England. A few showers, yes, but also some sunshine breaking through. After days of grey, damp conditions, that'll be welcome. Now, I want to address something. There's been discussion about snow. Will the South see snow? When does colder air arrive? I've seen the comments. I've seen the frustration. Some areas waiting for proper winter weather. Other areas getting their hopes up based on long-range model runs. Here's the situation. The current pattern is mild and wet for most of England and Wales. The cold air is confined to Scotland. For snow to push south, we need a change in the pattern. We need that low pressure to move away. We need high pressure to build, and we need winds to swing round to a more northerly or easterly direction to bring colder air down from Scandinavia or the Arctic. The models are showing potential for a pattern change as we head into the middle and latter part of next week. I am talking Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of next week. There are signals that high pressure could build to the north or northeast. If that happens, we could see colder air pushing south across the country. That opens the door for snow, particularly across central and eastern areas. But I'm not going to promise anything. Weather forecasting at 7 to 10 days out is uncertain. The models shift. What looks likely on Monday's model run can disappear entirely by Wednesday's run. I've seen it happen countless times. You've seen it happen. That is just the nature of medium-range forecasting. What I can say with confidence is this. The current mild, wet, windy pattern across the south is not going to last forever. It will change. The question is when and what replaces it. Keep an eye on the forecasts over the coming days. If that pattern change firms up, you'll see it reflected in the short-range models first. For Scotland, you've already got the cold and the snow. You are dealing with the worst conditions right now. The rest of the country is watching and waiting. That's the contrast we're seeing. Let me talk about impacts and what you should be doing. If you are in the southwest of England or South Wales, the next 48 hours remain challenging. Heavy rain continues. Localised flooding is possible, especially in areas that have already seen significant rainfall this week. The ground is saturated. Rivers are running high. Any additional rainfall has nowhere to go. Check the Environment Agency website for flood warnings. If you are in a flood risk area, make sure you know what to do. Move valuables upstairs. Prepare sandbags if you have them. Have a plan. The risk is real. Driving conditions across the southwest will be poor, surface water on the roads, spray from other vehicles reducing visibility, strong crosswinds, especially on exposed routes and bridges. If you don't need to travel, consider staying home. If you must travel, drive to the conditions. Slow down. Use your headlights. Keep your distance from the vehicle in front. For eastern Scotland, the snow on the hills is going to continue accumulating. If you are planning any outdoor activities, mountain climbing, hill walking, think very carefully. Conditions are challenging. Poor visibility, fresh snow making navigation difficult, strong winds causing wind chill. That combination is dangerous. The Scottish mountain rescue teams are already stretched. Don't add to their workload unless you are experienced and properly equipped. At lower levels in Scotland, it's the rain you are dealing with. Persistent rain. The roads will be wet. Spray will be an issue. take care. For the rest of the country, conditions are a bit more benign but still unsettled. Showers moving through. Some sunny spells, pack an umbrella if you are heading out. Expect changeable conditions. Wales, you are in a transition zone. Rain at the moment. Some of that rain could turn to sleet over higher ground as we go through the weekend. The Brecon Beacons, Snowdonia, you might see some snow settling above 400 to 500 metres. Not significant accumulations at this stage, but enough to make the hills look wintry. Now, for those who have been poorly over the past few weeks, I understand the frustration. Temperature swings don to help. One day at S12 degrees, next day at S3, then back up to 10. Sinus trouble, headaches, feeling run down. That back and forth pattern is difficult on the body. The good news is, if we do get that pattern change next week and sustained colder weather moves in, at least the temperatures will stabilize. Your body can adjust to consistent cold better than constant fluctuations. Looking further ahead into next week, Monday and Tuesday look like a continuation of unsettled conditions. Low pressure still influencing our weather, more cloud, more showers, breezy at times. Nothing particularly severe, but nothing particularly pleasant either. Temperatures remaining around average or just below for late January. Wednesday onwards, that S where the uncertainty increases. As I mentioned, there are signals for a pattern change, high pressure potentially building. If it builds to the north or northeast, we get colder air. If it builds to the west or southwest, we stay mild. The models are still working this out. Check back over the weekend for updated forecasts as we get closer to that time frame. For East Anglia and parts of the East Coast, I know you've been waiting for some proper winter weather. UV had a particularly quiet winter so far. Temperatures hovering around 6 or 7 degrees, grey skies, not much to write home about. That extended mild spell may end next week. But again, I am not promising snow. I am saying their S potential. Watch the forecasts. The Midlands, UV also had a rather dull winter. Birmingham and surrounding areas seeing temperatures around 7 degrees. Grey and unremarkable. If that pattern change happens, you will likely be in the zone where any snow would be most significant. Central England often sees the best snow when cold air pushes south and meets residual moisture. But we're not there yet. One thing I want to emphasize. This is January, this is winter. Cold and wet is normal. Snow is normal for parts of the country. What we're seeing right now, the rain, the wind, the unsettled conditions, this is typical winter weather for the United Kingdom. It's not pleasant, but it's not unprecedented. Compare this to some of the winters we've had in the past. The winter of 1962 to 63, the big freeze, snow from Boxing Day through to March, temperatures well below freezing for weeks on end, the country ground to a halt, or the beast from the east in 2018, -14 Celsius in parts of Scotland, significant snow even in the south, widespread disruption. What we're dealing with now is challenging because of the persistence. The rain keeps coming, the wind keeps blowing, the ground is saturated, but in terms of severity, we've seen worse. You've seen worse. This is manageable if you take sensible precautions. To wrap this up, the next 48 hours remain unsettled. Heavy rain and strong winds across the southwest. Persistent rain and hill snow across eastern Scotland. Elsewhere, a mixture of cloud and showers with some brighter intervals. Sunday sees a slight easing in intensity, but it's still not ideal weather. Looking into next week, the pattern remains unsettled through Monday and Tuesday. Beyond that, there's potential for change. Colder air may push south. Snow becomes possible, particularly for central and eastern areas. But it's not certain. Keep watching the forecasts. If you're in a flood risk area, stay vigilant. Check the Environment Agency or SEPA websites regularly. If you are in Scotland dealing with snow on the hills, take care with any outdoor activities. For everyone else, it's a case of weathering the storm, quite literally. Pack an umbrella, drive carefully, and remember, this too shall pass. The weather is doing what the weather does. It changes. This wet and windy spell will end. What comes next, we'll find out over the coming days. Until then, stay safe, stay dry if you can, and I'll be back with